Welcome to the Fanboy Expo mini haul. I'm calling it mini haul because I didn't get much stuff. I got maybe a couple things, got some stuff signed, got one picture taken. Yes, one picture taken. Now, on the way up there was not much of an issue. I had no issues with traffic, though I did have to drive 13 miles on I-4. Those who have driven I-4 knows that, well, I-4 can be a bit of a nightmare at times. So I was nervous. I just really want to get off the highway as soon as possible, and I got there no issue. Though I did have to stop a couple times, basically on the way up there. One to use the bathroom, and another time I had to stop for gas, which I did ask my dad for a refund for that because I was using his car. This was the first time I actually did not drive my own car up there. Let's hope this might be the only time this happens. So, I get there. Um, had to drive up. I had to basically pay for parking, which surprisingly was only $15 for parking, which I was surprised how cheap it was. My dad was telling me, because it was the same hotel he was just at, here's the thing. I went there yesterday. He had just come back the night before, and I'm going there the very next day. Though I went there, I left my house at around about 2:30 ish. Then pretty much basically I got there. And I got there like I mentioned, like it was basically up to 4 o'clock, so if was still going on, okay. Got there, had to go up 2 flights of floors of a parking garage just to find a parking spot, and found on the 5th floor. Went down basically almost down to like level 1. Got a lift from security. Got me to the main hotel thing. Saved me about 5 minutes of walking. Asked a couple people basically where the Fanboy Expo is, and I managed to find it pretty easily. Like, I was on that one floor. Got off, turned left, went quick trip to the bathroom, and I got there like after I checked in. It was like very very easy. Yeah, no, and surprisingly, no line. Yes, that's always been a problem when I go to some events like this. You probably would think, did the Shogi Expo have a line when I went there last year? From what I remember, no, they did not have a line to get in there. There was like no line, and I got there early. It was like about half hour early that time. This is a different hotel, and it was pretty simple to get there. I was surprised, basically, that both this one, Shogi Expo, had that in common, was that they, well, were pretty simple to get into. Now, they only had one room. I didn't get a chance to get a program, so I had no idea if there's any panels or not. Yeah, there was nothing about panels that I saw there. They say, oh, we're going to have a reunion of the 4 turtle actors. 3 out of 4 were there. The one voice, Raphael, couldn't make it for some reason. Now, surprisingly, I did manage to get autographs from 2 of the 4 turtles. I got one from Bruce Gordon, who voiced Donatello, and Townsend, who voiced Michelangelo. Leonardo, because I got the same. Leonardo, for some reason, cash only. So I'm like, okay, move on. I did see the Ultraman suit actor there. I did not get a chance to talk to him because basically, well, I talked to someone who was there. I think she claimed to me he was his daughter, which, okay. I talked to her about Ultraman because I figured out he was an Ultraman. I did not get a chance to talk about it. At least I saw him. Then I went to go see... then I went to go see the wrestlers who were there, which were Arn Anderson, his son Brock, the Total Package Lex Luger, and the badass Ron Simmons. As soon as I saw Arn Anderson, like I knew exactly who he was because I've seen his podcast. Shook his hand, talked to him and Brock for quite a while. I even compared Brock's pin from his very first match where he pinned Aaron Solo, the wrap-up he did, and I told him this, only one other person I've seen use that pin, that sell pin, that was Nick Aldis. And Brock seemed very happy to hear the fact that basically there was something done by a former NWA World Champion. And apparently Arn didn't know this because I believe that Nick Aldis was trained by the late Harley Race. And he didn't know that, but he did know Trevor Murdoch was trained by Harley Race. Great conversation I had. We talked about the World Heavyweight Championship Rick War. I even saw on his table he had a replica of the classic NWA World Television Championship, which he referred to as his world title, both on the podcast and in person. Which, of course, I did not mention in this, that the current NWA is using that look for their TV title. Was hoping to get pitched with him. Cash only. Then I went to go see the Total Package Lex Luger. And I asked him a very good question. He was actually... Ron Simmons was standing right there. He very much appreciated this question. I asked this. How did you get the nickname of the Total Package? And according to him, it was the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes again, because he wanted to be the Total Package. Ron seemed like he suspected that I had good wrestling knowledge, which I did. Great to talk to a little bit to Lex Luger. They wanted a picture. I want to do it too, but once again, cash only, so I had to politely walk away. So I went to go see, I just saw, oh look, it's Michael Golden. And just by sheer coincidence, I had stuff from the sign. And his is the gold signature right there. And I got him the sign because he did did everything in this? And yep, he did covers. He did 484 and 485 Batman. And there you go. Right to the bottom. He's signed right in his own cover. Which very appreciative of him doing that. And I kept walking around. Now, in the case of the one who voiced I got Donatella first. He was really easy to get to. Michelangelo had a bit of a line, and I thought I was able to get a line for Leonardo, but his was long. So I waited a while, and then when I came back, this was around 6 o'clock, I managed to get to Michelangelo, no problem. Now, this is a bit of a surprise. After I got Michael Golden, and I walked around for a bit, and I noticed that, because I walked past him, because I noticed he was there. It was the guy who voiced Leonardo da Vinci from Assassin's Creed 2. And just by sheer coincidence, I brought this for him to sign, and there's a signature. Now, I did remember, because I saw on the hip, oh, wait, you were in this episode for Next Generation? Yes, this voice actor who voiced Leonardo da Vinci from Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood was in the episode for Star Trek Next Generation Season 7 Genesis. Which, he's yeah, I know who did it. It was Warp, because I've seen the episode multiple times. I love the episode. A bit of an underrated episode, but, yeah. We can talk about John Delancey. He's actually one of two people I met who was actually on Star Trek. I didn't realize that until I remember that. Because I've seen it. Not when it aired, but I've seen the episode multiple times. I loved the episode. It was my favorite episode of the series. It was a lot of fun. I brought the fact that he recognized basically I was talking about. The fact that Deanna Troy was in a relationship with Warp that season. The fact that he also bit Diana Troy in the episode. Also, the episode is directed by Case McFadden. Dr. Crusher. And it was pointed by him, I think this is true, that this is the only episode in the entire series she ever directed. Because Patrick Stewart. I even talk about the fact he had the people that keep bending over whenever he uses special cameras, which, yeah, he does know about that. But great guy to talk to. And then I got a chance to meet the actor who played Choji from Naruto. And yes, that's how he signed it. I tell these people, sign however you want. I have no preference. Just sign it away. And, of course, he scribbled all over it. I was surprised he did this. This was so fun. This was so nice of him to do this. I think he says here, Chubby's Rule. Yeah, and of course, he signed it there. The fact he was also a voice actor from the 1990 movies for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You are thinking, who did he voice in that movie? Michelangelo, of course. And he was just in studio. He did not get a chance to go to set, so he didn't know about Super Shredder, but he didn't get a chance to see it in person. Yeah, we talked a lot about Naruto. And get this. Did you know he was also on Star Trek 2? But he was in an episode of Voyager as a Bolian. Yes, a frickin' Bolian. From the episode Arthur from Voyager. Yeah, he was the one defending the publication firm who was trying to publish the documents with what have been doing a alteration. It's an absolute great episode of the series. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. The fact, and I did ask him, was that making him uncomfortable? He says, yes, that makeup was very uncomfortable. Yeah, it was an obvious question. We chatted about Naruto for a while, and he even told me this. Like, I did not know this. Apparently, he never met the voice cast until 6 months ago. And you're thinking, really? After over 20 years, basically been on the same show, and these guys never should room together? I'm like, that is interesting. I never knew that. I do know they had another voice actor for the movies there. I didn't get a chance to talk to him at all. There was this person I met there. Her name is Maria DeVio. A bit of an older lady, but still not that bad looking for her age. She published these books, basically The Witch of whatever. It's called Dawn of the Blood Witch. I got the first book, and apparently they charged me twice for some reason. I don't know why. This is actually one of the two things I bought when I was there. Yes. The other was his figure. It was a figure that I think cost me about $25, I believe it was. Now, the signatures for Choji, voice actor, the two turtles, and the one for the game, I think those were like $40 a piece. This was like $25. Don't give me some. I don't remember how much this one cost, but they charged me. I got this lovely character, Uti. Yes, who actually just recently appeared in the Reset Dell episodes. Yeah, I was shocked the fact she had one because I'm always a big fan of getting the female figures. Like, I was so happy to get this, and well, yeah. Good place for my collection. Now, I've got a whole lot of pieces from One Piece. Yeah, One Piece is actually one of two series. Well, I actually got a lot of figures from them. The other is My Hero Academia. Yep. And, oh, yeah, the one picture I took. Yeah, the one picture I took all day with this one right here. And I get it as a present for my niece. Yeah, it's the, this is the voice actors for Minnie Mouse, the current one. Yep. I made this for her. That was the only reason why I got this picture. It wasn't because I was a fan of Minnie Mouse. It's because basically I want to get that for my niece because she's a fan of Minnie Mouse. She loves Minnie Mouse. She's obsessed with Minnie Mouse. So I figured though, she was even talking to Minnie Mouse voice. Yes, she was. And I even asked my sister to show that to her. The fact that, yeah, I got a chance to take a picture with Minnie Mouse. Which I'm sure my niece probably appreciate that. But then I left. I finished up there about 6:30. Got there at 4. I was only there for a little over 2 hours because... Okay, here's the sad truth when it comes to going to this Fanboy Expo. The booths, a lot of the time, did pique a little bit of interest per se. But they mostly have a lot of, like, toys per se. Like, that's fine. There was surprisingly 2 booths for Funkos. I'm like, why is every time I go to an event, Funkos that follow me everywhere? Yeah, it just by sheer coincidence, like, every event I go to this year... Funko, 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 Funko. Oh. And here's the thing. I'm not interested in Funkos at all because I don't care how cheap they are. I prefer to get figures. They look a lot nicer than getting freaking Funkos. Like, does one booth look like so swords? I thought so one booth so shirts, but these were more like baseball jersey shirts. That's what they were selling. And I was interested in trying to get a shirt, but nope. Didn't buy any, like, one booth, I think it was at Showcase Expo last year, I bought socks. Yes, I bought freaking socks from a booth. I bought an Overlord flask last year at the Showcase Expo. This year, like, I kept going around. Like I saw the one booth had some graphic novels, but um, the thing is, something basically I hadn't started reviewing them yet. So why would I need to basically buy these things? So like there was that was like it was like the one booth that had like all the Power Ranger toys. They had some Star Wars movies there. They had a few graphic novels, was not very much. Well, two movies I saw graphic novels there. I didn't buy them because, well, some of them basically I've reviewed already, and some I just wasn't interested in buying. This is just it. Because Exiles is a long series, and I have reviewed one. I own one volume of it already, volume 3. Officially, it could be like volume 4 because it was New Exiles that came after volume 1. This was basically an okay event per se. Then basically around 6:30, I left to get some dinner. Now normally I would go back to get some more stuff, but I was done. Seriously, I was done right after I got the autograph from. Did I see anybody else there? I did see the writer who wrote some Star Wars novels. I talked to him for a bit. Great guy to talk to. I did get a chance to see the guy who wrote some stuff for the current Turtles book. This is the guy who was the artist behind the Team Turtles, the last Ronin miniseries, even the prequel series, Lost Years, and it was one of the artists for the main book. I did get a chance to talk to him. There was one artist that was there. I talked to him for like maybe a minute or two. The fact this guy worked on some Elvira stuff, I chatted with him for a bit. Didn't have anything for him to sign. Wasn't interested in buying anything from him. Just stopped by his booth. There wasn't all that much there. Like, and after I left, went on the road back. It was basically driving for a walk on I-4. For about 7 miles, I had to get off because there were 13 car accidents last night. Oh my gosh, 13. So I had to go off and go toward Disney World, though I am going the wrong exit, go almost into Disney World itself, which I was not planning on Disney World that night. So thanks to a bunch of driving around, I got out of there, and I was back on I-4 for like a mile, got off, got the Champions Gate, got myself some drinks, last thing I purchased that day, and then I had to follow a Radiant truck on the way home. Eventually I was able to basically just go a different way home. Came home. By the time I got home, it was almost 10 o'clock. I was tired from all the driving. Like, I drove last night because the thing was supposed to be an hour and a half drive. But that had been almost 2 freaking hours. I didn't get home. I left there. Was about 7:30 when I left-ish. And I didn't get home till like after 9:30. It was a long drive. Mainly because of the fact that it had rained. Yes, it had freaking rained. And apparently, I heard from somebody that apparently Fanboy Expo Knoxville also had problems with weather as well. Yeah. But how I feel about the event, it was okay. Not terrible. I was a bit disappointed in the vendors. There wasn't a lot there that I was interested in. So, well, and this is my last event for the year. I am tapped out. I'm done with events this year. Well, next event is not until Central for Comic Con, though this is going to be kind of awkward because it is 2 weeks prior to Making Orlando next year, which I've not got tickets for it yet. I will get tickets soon because that's going to be January 20th, and then I'm going on February. I'm hoping to go February 2nd when I get tickets for it, when I get a chance to get them. Hopefully that the tickets be a reason because they apparently have it where this year where it's over $40. Now that's normally after that's before the discount, but apparently they're raising it higher for some reason. I'm like, what the hell, Maker Orlando? Why are you raising the freaking prices up? Why? Because it's freaking February? I don't know. It's weird. But at least that, I didn't see tickets yet today, but at least that for Comic Con, at least that's pretty reasonable. That's always been $15, $20. That was always pretty reasonable. And I don't get a lot per se at that one, but I do get some stuff there. I'd probably say I get more Maker Orlando than I do at that one. But after those two next year, then it's going to be Tampa Comic Con again, whatever that's going to be. As the fourth event's going to be. Now, I was hoping the fourth event this year was going to be Shogi Expo, because I did kind of enjoy it, but I was a bit disappointed with the vendors. But I did ask on Discord, when's the next one for this year? Spring of next year. I do not know why in the world they're doing this for, but they are. I have not heard a definitive date. It says see in 2023. And here's kind of the thing. There's nothing in the website. No guest announced, no date. For some of us to see in 2023. From what I've heard, it's not happening this year. So, Shogi Expo needs to update the freaking website. So, I might be going to next year over with the Fanboy Expo because I was a bit disappointed with this one. Yep. So, yeah, that's a particular view. Next up, I'm going to do one comic core and I'm going to go, come back, and then do about 4 episodes of Kamen Rider and then do some Bleach. And the final, first and final episode of Marshall managing myself and go to Bleach. Okay, next view. Bye.